What's up, everybody? Welcome back to franktortorici.com and my video blogs. So today I want to touch on, again, I'm trying to keep these really short, sweet, and simple and to the point. Doing a little something different here. I've got an article here that is from a website called www.healthkey.com, HELTHKEY.com. Basically, this is on the Mediterranean diet. It's a short little article you can find on the website. It is written by Dr. Tim Harlian, aka Dr. Gourmet. I'm just going to read this out to you guys because it's a short little thing. Being able to reproduce the results of a study is the key to verifying any conclusions drawn from any research. A number of years ago, a group of scientists claimed to have mastered cold fusion, but in follow-up experiments, no one has been able to reproduce such an effect. Dr. Nicholas Skoureimis and his colleagues published a study of a group of elderly subjects that indicated eating a Mediterranean-style diet resulted in a lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. In an effort to confirm the data from those results, the researchers evaluated a different population. Their first study had looked at people who didn't have evidence of Alzheimer's at the start of the study, while the second study evaluated those with some degree of dementia. This was a retrospective study where dietary intake for the previous year was assessed. The results of this research are similar to that of Skoureimis' previous study. The participants who scored in the upper third of the defined categories of a Mediterranean diet were found to have a 60% lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. Those in the middle third had a 24% reduction in risk and even eating a little bit healthier. Those in the lower third of the Mediterranean diet score resulted in a 19% lower chance of having dementia. There have been some link of Alzheimer's with vascular diseases such as the process that cause heart attacks and strokes. In an effort to see if those links might be a factor in their results, the researchers adjusted for participants with any evidence of conditions associated with heart attack and stroke, such as diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. In doing so, they found the risk was lowered 68% for those with scores in the upper third and 53% lower for the middle third. More and more evidence shows that eating a Mediterranean-style diet can reduce the risk of cancer, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, even dementia. You can live longer and live better by eating great food. Eat well, eat healthy, enjoy life. Dr. Gourmet. So, what does that mean? Basically, the Mediterranean diet, for you guys that don't know or are not familiar with it, the Mediterranean diet is high in a few things. High in leafy vegetables, high in healthy fats, and low in eating animal. And this is what every blog that I touch on speaks on. And now again, this is not coming from my mouth. This is from a medical doctor, okay? So for those of you that want to say, Frank, what do you know since you're not a medical doctor? I have a medical doctor here to back me up, as well as many others. And this stuff just makes common sense. The Mediterranean diet, they eat a lot of olive oil, salmon, avocados, greens. If they eat dairy, most of it is raw dairy from either goat or cow, but it's pretty much always raw. They drink minimal amounts of red wine, which is high in phyto-nutrients and resveratrol. The avocados, again, are high in healthy fats. The olives and olive oil are high in fats. The salmon is healthy in fats. Now, the reason why this helps with Alzheimer's and dementia, those two symptoms, or even heart disease or stroke, dementia and Alzheimer's have something to do with your brain, obviously. And along with the brain, that's the nervous system. When those nerve endings become exposed, that's when they start wearing, you start having short-circuiting, and you start having problems. Same thing that I experienced with the Tourette's. When I eat high, healthy fats, I notice there's a calming effect to the body. And one naturopath doctor that I highly admire, Dr. Rick Santee, explained that to me. When you don't take in an adequate amount of healthy fats, your nerve endings become exposed, and that's when you start having issues with me with my Tourette's, or probably someone with dementia or Alzheimer's. Now, the heart attack or stroke, that comes from either having high blood pressure, hardening of the arteries. When you eat a lot of these healthy fats, they lubricate your arteries. So they create your heart to work better, your joints to work better, your nails and skin to look better, and your hair. So, you know, again, in the Mediterranean, we don't see obesity for this reason because, you know, chances are the American slum way of eating hasn't really hit there yet, or it's happening probably as we speak. But for the most part, the reason why you even see Europeans who smoke like chimneys, but yet they're still skinny, that's the reason why. Because over in the Mediterranean, they don't have access to a lot of the crap that we call food here in America. So up your plant fats, as I say every blog, up your plant sources, as I say. Keep your animal proteins to a minimum. If you're going to have the animal, make sure it's wild fish, make sure it's grass-fed chicken or beef, and you will be on the path to wellness, hands down, guaranteed. The studies don't lie. Again, this is not my point of view. This is a study that was conducted by medical doctors, okay? So, again, you can read this article and lots of other fascinating articles at healthkey.com, but the proof is in the pudding. Again, so I don't know if you're viewing this on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or my website, but however you got here, again, I want to thank you for being here. Pass this on to loved ones. You can save lives with this information. My website, again, is www.franktortorici.com. That's T-O-R, again, I-C-I, franktortorici.com. I'm available for training, food coaching, meal planning, food shopping tours, you name it. So pass this along. Keep those comments flowing. Keep your health in your own hands. It's the only way to live. Peace and love.